Alright, what's going on, guys? Crimson here. I know in my last video I said that W4X is dead, and don't get me wrong, it is pretty dead. I'm like quite honestly surprised there's any people on. There's like only 2 servers that are active, which is this one and the ARZ server, which is full. But anyway, I actually haven't seen that much on Twitter recently, but I did come across this guy. His name is Call of Shame. And Call of Shame, he does a lot of, I guess, he's the cheating exposed guy. He's the guy that knows when he knows when every Warzone streamer is cheating. He has like everybody on there. He has like Tim the Tatman, Marie Angel, Joe Woe, just like everybody you could really think of, like all like the top Warzone streamers. He has all of them on his list. Like he has everybody in his sights. And I don't know, his content, I tried watching some of his videos and he doesn't even like speak himself. He like uses a robot voice, and half the time he doesn't like explain why. It's just, it'll be like a clip of say Joe Woe, and Joe Woe will run into a guy and Joe Woe kills the guy, you know, he shits on him or whatever. He kind of like big brains where he is, kills him, and he's like, as you can see here, Joe Woe happened to look at his stream chat on his second monitor, but that second monitor actually has a hack client, and it's like a one sentence line, like, oh, he's hacking because this. And you know, I'm over here expecting a dude that like basically is committing his whole life to exposing cheaters and do a lot better job. I think I'd probably give his content a watch if he actually did like a more like detailed job instead of just showing like clips that don't really show anything. Like they're just like really out of context clips. Like even just before I got on here, I watched like a brief Tim the Tat. What the fuck, bro? I watched the Tim the Tatman video, and I mean, it wasn't that bad. I mean, it's something like really minor. It's still, I guess, technically cheating. It's a Tim the Tatman and his like stream snipers. I guess when Tim the Tatman and Nick Merckx play, they get these friendly stream snipers that will purposely die to give them like whatever loadout they need and like drop them a whole bunch of loot. Which I don't even know if it's that unfair of an advantage, because I know Tim the Tatman kind of sucks. He might actually need these care package drops from these random people so he can do better than normal in these games. But one of the more notable, I guess, cheaters he was talking about Marie Angel and her silent shot macro, which I don't know if it's that big of a deal. It's literally a silent shot macro. He claims that apparently with the macro on, her recoil is like 0. Now, I don't know to what, like, I don't know how true it is if she really has no recoil. I know Marie is actually a pretty good sniper and a pretty good player. I'm actually kind of a little jealous that Marie was able to drop controller and pick up keyboard and mouse and perform way better than I do, just casually playing. Obviously, Marie plays this game like every day because like that's her career, but I'm actually still pretty surprised on how well she picks it up. So maybe she's cheating, I don't know, but I don't know. I like to believe that a lot of people, unlike me, can pick up a keyboard and mouse and do really good learning it. What I am surprised about though, how come this guy, I don't think this guy's ever talked about like BAMs or like Mob, because Mob is also like on the same level as Marie, same with BAMs, and I'm surprised he's never talked about any of them. So I guess there's also 2 accounts that talk about these cheating allegations. Mostly it's Bad Boy Beanman and of course Call of Shame. It looks like as of recently a lot of like huge like Warzone streamers have gotten a bunch of shadow bans, and I'm assuming you really only get shadow banned if you're like cheating. I'm assuming. I don't really know for sure because I feel like a lot of people get shadow banned. Like I don't even know the criteria of getting shadow banned, but honestly I'm really not surprised a lot of people cheat. Like just the whole like expectation in general of being like a Call of Duty player has like gone up over the years. Like I really like to think it's because of all the people that are these like movement gods and these YY gods, especially like people who are like futives and like marksmen, those guys who like used to get all these high kill games and just even search and destroy. the Warzone now, it's like if you don't drop like 30 kills, like you're just nothing. Like before, even dropping like 20 kills was like you were like a god if you dropped 20 kills. Now if you don't like drop like 30, 40, like 50 kills, you're literally like nothing. And so in order like to even keep up, a lot of people probably have switched to getting hacks because it's the only way they can keep up with all these expectations. And it's honestly really sad because sure, a big part of like, you know, getting recognized has to do with like getting kills and consistently doing good in the games, but a lot of people still care about personality. Like sure, like having a combination of like personality and good gameplay goes a long way. Like you could get like 15 kills a game and have a good personality, make an entertaining video, have good commentary, whatever, and you'll do just fine. Like you don't really need to drop 20-30 kills. And plus most of the people that do drop these kills are probably cheating, like not even lying, because all these guys, you'll notice a common pattern. They get shadow banned a lot. Yes, that is very true. Shadow banning is a weird thing for me. I don't know too much on it because like even Bams has gotten shadow banned. I don't know if Bams is cheating. If Bams is cheating, Call of Duty's over. Like if really big like reputable dudes are cheating, I have like no hope for Call of Duty anymore. Like no one's legit anymore. But most of these dudes that use like these unlock tools to get all the fancy camos, every time they show you a screenshot, they always have some sort of like wall hack, like UAV, like infinite UAV, and like infinite sprint and stuff like that. Like it's all the time. You know, these kids are like supposed to be gods at the game, and they have this tool that literally would give them hacks. And now it's like, oh, you could still use the tool and not be a hacker. Sure, don't get me wrong. Like I think at some point, if I was like a kid, I'd probably use a tool to get all the camos because I'd be too lazy. But if I'm gonna try to become like somebody that's like noticeable and like possibly recognized for my gameplay, I'm not gonna risk having something that could possibly like discredit all my hard work. Like even going back to that one like top Vanguard guy, he was like number 2 in Vanguard and had claimed that he installed hacks to get camos done, which one, I guess he should have probably tooled, because that's what everybody else does. If you really wanted camos that bad, you should have probably just tooled your account. Sure, like you still have the chance of being a cheater and a hacker and whatnot, having wall hacks, but at least you're not downloading a full client that has all that stuff. Tool, you could have a better argument compared to having an actual hack client. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are gonna start being exposed for cheating, like a lot of these people in the S&D communities. Obviously Warzone communities got a lot of heat, especially because Warzone's a really hard game and it's like something that a lot of people pride themselves in being good at, so those guys are already under hot shit. On a side note, I've been actually testing out my new Prime Mini wireless that came in the mail the other day. On my last video, I did get a win with it. I was just kind of playing casually just for the fun of it, and I actually got my first Caldera win with this mouse. So it works out, but I don't know, when I pick up the Death Adder again, like just without even touching it for a while, it just does a lot better for me for some reason. I don't know if like this mouse is a little bit too small or not for my hand size, or what the case is. I'm really honestly just probably gonna pick up the Super Light when I get paid and hopefully start using that. I want to get the red one, but it's like still retail price because I don't think I want the black one, especially because it doesn't come with like any like fancy like decals or anything that's gonna make it stand out. So I think I really just want the red one just to be a little bit different, even though I think probably everyone uses the red one. I just want to say, just right off the bat, this whole IShowSpeed versus Jake Lucky, this whole thing is just really stupid. Like, half the people I see in these Twitter comments are like honestly brain dead about this whole thing. You guys know who IShowSpeed is. He's like 16-year-old popular streamer, and Jake Lucky is like Keemstar who reports gaming news, right? Just the other day, so IShowSpeed was streaming the Minecraft Jenny mod. And if you don't know what the Minecraft Jenny mod is, it's basically a not safe for work Minecraft mod, and the creator himself, like, I think who created Jenny, I think he like hated the mod and got the mod taken down, or he like got harassed so much about the mod that he just completely stopped developing the mod in general. So it's like a very old mod, and a mod that got canceled a long time ago. Obviously Speed plays a character, and his character obviously isn't someone who's smart. But there's like no way no one told him about what this mod was about, because he really makes it seem like he did it on accident and he didn't know what was happening. You already know when you Google the mod, it probably says NSFW or 18 plus, first of all. And the mod is like, I'm pretty sure the creator banned the mod from ever being downloaded again. So the fact that Speed went out of his way to get this mod, or even someone had like a private link from the download, should raise some red flags, you think. So obviously Speed, he's like, oh, I didn't even watch it, but I can already imagine what happened. He was probably like, oh, Minecraft girl, let me give her this diamond, because in the game, like in the mod, you could like get favors from the character by giving them like diamonds. And so of course, after he does that, it initiates like an NSFW scene, and of course Speed's like, you know, just freaking out, this like completely being eviscerated from time and space itself, like he's on a regular show episode. Obviously he then puts up like a screen to block it. Day goes on. Jake Lucky talks about it. I'm pretty sure everyone was talking about it, because not only is I just be like a high profile person, he kind of just did something very, very not okay for Twitch, not even YouTube, and his like audience is a lot of kids, so he just like introduced his kid audience to a bunch of 18 plus content just casually. And I guess that's just okay, like that's just normal to just do NSFW content on YouTube and even just introduce it to, you know, underage kids that aren't even supposed to be viewing it. You know, it's just normal apparently nowadays. Anyway, obviously Jake Lucky doesn't like Aisha Speed's character for what he does and how he presents himself, especially for a young and impressionable audience. He posts a video, he gets taken down, everyone's blaming Jake for it. But it's even worse because Keemstar, right? Guys, I already know who Keemstar is. He loves drama. He always talks about how bored he is. Internet's boring. Yeah. He doesn't like Jake Lucky. You know, he's probably a virtue signal. You know, just like all those names under the sun, just like fake guy, whatever. You know, Keemstar doesn't like him. That's what Keemstar claims. Keemstar, for like the past like 6 months, really wants drama, so he's been trying to spin this whole Jake and Aisha Speed thing as he implies that Jake Lucky is like racially targeting Speed, and he's targeting Speed because he's a young black man on the come up, which we all know is complete bullshit, but a lot of people on the internet just can't seem to understand that Jake literally reports the news, like maybe for different reasons, but they both report on the same thing. Obviously Keemstar probably doesn't care that much about this. He probably would have reported on it if Jake didn't report on it, but Keemstar's really just trying to spin a whole narrative that Jake is like racist, and everyone on Twitter is just like going at Jake, saying how he's trying to ruin people and he's probably racist and whatnot, and it's just stupid. If you even think this whole thing is about race, or, you know, Aisha Speed is an up-and-coming streamer, you're dumb, and you just need to just not involve yourself with this stuff at all, because you just don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know, this shit's just cringe. Of course, Keemstar, he posts on Twitter, Jake Lucky's several attacks on Aisha Speed over the last year racially motivated, and his poll options are no and Jake Lucky hates blacks. And of course, over like 22,000 people apparently voted that Jake Lucky hates the blacks, and obviously that's not true. And I guess I also forgot to mention this whole Jake Lucky is racist thing also comes from the Gideon situation, when Gideon was obviously in the wrong for doing a hate raid on Pokimane. It wasn't like entirely like a hate raid, but obviously it was a harassment raid, and he kind of got what he deserved for doing it, and they made up, so I guess that's a plus. But Jake also got a lot of hate on that too for reporting on Gideon doing that. Obviously Keemstar doesn't like Pokimane, so he wasn't going to be like, oh Gideon, you're bad for doing that, how dare you, you know. But at the end of the day, for a lot of stuff Keemstar says, you probably shouldn't listen to him, because he's really just doing it for, you know, the content, the views, the drama. Like, he's just like an ego dramac. I made that word up, but he just likes the drama, and this is just all for like a stunt, pretty much. I still can't believe people said that this was on accident. There's no way he accidentally did that. Like, I don't care what you guys say. I will debate this forever. That was not an accident, and he completely knew what he was doing. Okay, you already know this shit died when I'm doing good already. I think these are fucking bots now at this point. Yeah, I'm done.
In the back, ayy, bitches all on my lap. They said, Billy, damn, so cold. I'm so chilly, yeah, my neck froze. Yeah, I'm gonna kill it, I'm thinking I'm like, oh, yeah. You think it's a joke? Your girlfriend just text me, she on the way over. Bend that bitch over, fucking the road, but call it a night. Wake up and start over. Ayy, shit's a wavy.